Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drive Your Future Careers in Golf, an introduction to the varied careers available in the golf industry. I am Neera Shetty, Chief Legal Officer and EVP Social Responsibility at the PGA Tour. Hopefully, many of you watched the PGA Championship this last week at Quail Hollow. What you may not realize is how many different types of jobs and talent is required to host that amazing event and all other activities in the golf industry. We are so thrilled that you could join us for this webinar hosted by Make Golf Your Career. Make Golf Your Career is part of a collaboration of the golf industry known as Make Golf Your Thing, which launched in 2021 to ensure individuals from all different backgrounds are aware of the opportunities in golf to play, work, or provide services as a business owner, and that they know that they will be welcomed into the sport. We would love to answer any questions you may have during this webinar, so please feel free to post them in the chat. At the end, we will ask for your feedback on this session and suggestions for any future webinars. So just a little bit about Make Golf Your Career. Make Golf Your Career has established a job portal to identify, attract, and engage more talent and job seekers from diverse backgrounds, whether they are new to golf or are already familiar with the sport. The portal can be found at makegolfyourcareer.org. If you haven't already done so, please sign up for the job portal. There are so many great benefits at that portal. First of all, over 50 employers have posted their jobs in that portal. The portal also allows you to build your resume, has career coaching and advice, interview guidance, and of course allows you to search the vast number of jobs that are posted in the portal. Moreover, if you sign up, you will be invited to further webinars like this one to learn about all the different opportunities in golf. So let's talk a little bit about the golf industry. There is over a $226 billion economic impact of golf in America alone. The industry itself is $102 billion. More than 2.1 million jobs are impacted by golf annually in the US. And so many of the careers do not require any prior golf knowledge or experience. We can't stress this enough. You do not need to know the rules of golf. You don't need to play golf. We want you to engage in golf and join a job in golf. So as you can see from this, there are so many different companies that are participating in Make Golf Your Thing and Make Golf Your Career specifically. What we want to do today is give you an introduction of the vast number of jobs that are available. So if we can turn to the next slide, we can see that there are so many different companies that have posted jobs and Make Golf Your Career. You've got some of the speakers today. We'll talk about some of those that you can find today, but we have from the major organizations such as the PGA Tour, PGA of America, USGA, LPGA, to a lot of the golf course owners such as Troon. You'll see the wide diversity of members of the golf industry that have jobs posted in the portal. You will also see the wide range of jobs that are available. They aren't just jobs that are out on the golf course, though obviously those are available too, but we have back office such as finance, legal, human resources, IT jobs. So we really invite you to look around and see what kind of opportunities are available on the portal. So with that as background, we wanted to introduce the three wonderful speakers that we have today who bring a wealth of knowledge about jobs and careers in the golf industry. First up is Sandy Cross. Sandy is the Chief People Officer of the PGA of America. She leads the organization's diversity and inclusion initiatives, people operations, and the new home of the PGA of America at PGA Frisco. She started at the organization 29 years ago as a temporary employee and has worked in numerous areas of the business prior to her current role. Her rise at the PGA of America is a testament to how talented individuals can progress in the golf industry. I should also add, in addition to her role at the PGA of America, Sandy is a co-leader with me on Make Golf Your Thing. So she is not just a wealth of knowledge about careers within the PGA of America, but throughout the industry as a whole. After Sandy is Kendall Murphy. Kendall is the Director of Business Development and Community Engagement at Troon Golf, the world's largest golf course operator. With 16 years of experience as a PGA of America member, Kendall previously served as Assistant Director of the UNLV PGA Golf Management Program in Las Vegas. Passionate about growing the game of golf, Kendall currently serves on the National Membership Committee for the PGA of America, where he works to shape the future of the golf industry. Kendall has been a leader within Make Golf Your Thing for several years. And finally, we have Jim Clark. Jim is the Vice President, Talent and Culture for the PGA Tour. During his 18 years with the tour, he has developed and implemented a formal talent management program and constructed an internal recruitment process and team for the tour and TPC networks of clubs. He currently oversees global recruitment for all positions, from interns and entry-level positions to senior management, and was instrumental in implementing the PGA Tour's diversity and inclusion initiatives. I not only have the good fortune to work with him at the tour, but Sandy and I have worked with Jim through his work on Make Golf Your Thing, where he has co-chaired several committees. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Sandy Cross to talk about her role in the PGA of America.
Thanks so much, Neera. Greetings, everyone. It's great to be with you today. Thanks for joining. It's my pleasure to give you a little bit of insight into the PGA of America. We are the world's largest working sports organization. We were founded in 1916, and our mission is to serve our members and grow participation in the sport of golf. And when I talk about serving our members, I'm referring to the fact that we are a professional trade association. We represent nearly 33,000 men and women who have elected a career in the business of golf. If you think about the American Bar Association or Certified Public Accountants, we are this professional trade association for individuals who have elected a career in the business of golf. So they are the teachers and coaches, the golf operators at facilities, and also executive managers at approximately 15,000 facilities around North America and some international locations as well. In addition to that professional trade association side of our business, we also have what I like to refer to as a live events business. So we own and operate the Ryder Cup when it's held in the United States, the PGA Championship, which Neera mentioned, just concluded yesterday at Quail Hollow, the KPMG Women's PGA Championship, which will be held next month at PGA Frisco in North Texas, and then also the Senior PGA Championship, which is going on this week at Congressional Country Club. So those are the four major events that we own and operate. We also host a number of events for our PGA members, as well as amateur events such as the PGA Junior League Championship, the National High School Golf Invitational, and other amateur events of that nature. We have approximately 325 employees. Again, our home office is in North Texas on the brand new, beautiful PGA Frisco campus. We also have individuals who work in the field, though. There's about 1/3 of our workforce that works around the country on a regular basis at championship host sites, as well as in the field servicing our PGA of America members. We have career consultants, we have player engagement consultants, and they are in jobs at the local level. So as Neera touched on, at the PGA of America, we are a business like any other. We have all the jobs and all of the departments, communications, public relations, building operations. We have a charitable foundation, technology, finance, you name it. Those departments exist at the PGA of America and provide a wide variety of employment opportunities. We have a number of entry-level pathways, including summer internships, fellowships, which are for recent postgraduates, entry level, mid level, all the way up to the C level. So, wide variety of opportunities. And you will find those aggregated and make golf your career alongside the other employer's job. So, it's a really great one stop shop for you to go to a singular destination and find those jobs aggregated. But I can't emphasize enough one of the points that Nira shared about the fact that for many of these jobs, you don't need a golf industry background, playing experience, knowledge, etc. And I'm a prime example of that. When I started at the PGA of America 29 years ago in a 90-day temporary assignment, I had no golf background at all. And it's really turned into a beautiful career for me. And I do play now and I love it. But just make sure that you understand that is not a barrier to entry. And really, we believe that golf is a place for all. It's a for me sport and can be a for me career opportunity as well. So we really encourage you to explore it. A couple more things about the PGA of America. We offer a very values-based, purpose-driven culture. And that's one of the things that I believe keeps our teammates, our talent engaged at the PGA of America. They love that values-based culture and they love that purpose-driven work that they get to work on every day. We know that golf as an industry, it generates $4 billion a year annually in charitable impact that's driven through the game. So the opportunity to work in a sport that really transforms lives, I think is an incredible opportunity. It's a sport and an industry for individuals from all backgrounds, all identities, all abilities, and can really be something that we hope you will dig into and discover. So with that, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Kendall Murphy from Troon. Kendall?
Thank you, Sandy, and thank you all for having me. A little bit about what we're doing here with Troon Golf. Well, first, I want to start out with emphasizing that the golf industry itself is over $100+ billion a year industry. So the fact that there are so many opportunities for all to be involved in the golf industry is a very exciting time for us now. Troon Golf, where we are the largest golf and golf-related hospitality management company in the world. We roughly manage over 850 locations around the globe, including private club, daily fee clubs, as well as resorts within over 45 countries. Troon is not just about golf operations, very much like Sandy was saying, there's so many different opportunities within the industry. We're in the hospitality business, we're in the agronomy business, we're in food and beverage, marketing, sales, real estate, wellness, racket sports, pretty much you name it, we have our hand in it, as well as the event space as well. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities there. When you look at the diverse career paths within the company, we have everything from being a traditional golf professional, which I am as a PGA of America member, but also we have the superintendent path, we have event planners, we have chefs, accountants, tech developers, general managers, legal, you name it, along within our framework and our companies. You have the opportunities to work at one of our corporate offices around the world, or also to work at one of our beautiful facilities in the field. A strong focus of our company is growth and development. We take a lot of pride in our company and ourselves as developing our fellow associates to make them better and to allow them to grow. We also pride ourselves in having mobility in a variety of job types. And what I mean by that is you'll have opportunities to work at premier destinations across the globe. You can start in Arizona in our Scottsdale office and wind up in Abu Dhabi, or you can wind up in Chicago or Los Angeles or wherever it makes the most sense for you and your career path. So we definitely pride ourselves in being able to maneuver our associates around the world to best fit their families and their career growth and their career development. So basically, as a call to action on this webinar, which we're so grateful for you all to be here and to learn more about Troon as a company, but also just the golf industry period. We always like to say if you're passionate about hospitality, if you're passionate about service, if you're passionate about sport, there's definitely a place for you within the golf industry. As we alluded to earlier, you do not have to play golf to be in the golf industry. More than half the people that are in the industry don't play golf, but then they let you start to play golf later, which is great. We want you to play golf, but that's not a barrier to entry. All we're looking for in the golf industry is people that are passionate about serving, passionate about hospitality, passionate about people and customer service. That's what we're looking for. And at Troon, we offer, like I said, we offer a ton of different career opportunities across all diverse backgrounds. We're looking for everybody. And if you're interested in careers in golf, we definitely want you to look at our company, but also just look at the industry as a whole through the job boards, through the different job boards that are available to us. And you'll learn more about those today on this webinar. With that being said, oh, one last thing I did forget to touch on. We do also as well do internships as well, both corporate and in the field. And we definitely hire people that come from entry level in when you're fresh learning about the business all the way up to the C-suite as well. So there are plenty of job opportunities available for all levels of individuals and all education backgrounds and experience levels. So definitely take a peek at that. I will now pass the microphone to Jim Clark. Jim, take it away.
Thanks so much, Kendall, and great job, Sandy. And thank you, everyone, as we said before, for joining today. I'm really excited to be a part of this panel with my two colleagues and friends, kind of telling you about our three companies. As Nira mentioned, I'm with the PGA Tour and have been there for 18 years. So I hope I have a good knowledge to be able to share with you today. But the ultimate intent of today is for you to learn about the other opportunities, whether it's at one of these three organizations or when Nira put up the slide in the beginning about us as an industry in general. We are focusing on the golf industry. We are one of a variety of companies that are within that space. And what we do at the PGA Tour specifically is we focus on the professional men's league, the players, and the events that we put on all over the world. We were founded in 1968. There are a lot of people who get the PGA of America and PGA Tour confused because our acronym starts the same. But there's a lot of logic behind that because those two were one company when the PGA started, when the PGA of America started, and when it went to the competitive side in the 60s, the PGA Tour was founded to focus strictly on the events and the players. We are made up of a variety of different tours, the PGA Tour, the PGA Tour Champions, which is our senior league, and then our Pathways program, which constitutes the Korn Ferry Tour, PGA Americas, PGA Tour U, are all parts of those programs that what we do at the PGA Tour is focus on those events and their success. What's very interesting about these events are there are over 100 events that we manage through the areas that I talked about. The majority of those events are 501c3s, meaning that they are charitable events that we put on that benefit the communities that they are located in. Those events have given over $4 billion to charity. So we are so proud to be able to help those events be successful, help our players be successful. And we do a lot of what is behind the scenes. Sandy said a phrase earlier, yes, we are golf, but we are a true company. We have a variety of roles across all the different variable jobs that you may be looking for. We're made up of the TPC network, which is Tournament Players Clubs. There are about 35 of those throughout the world, so not clearly as large as Troon from a number standpoint. 16 of those we do own and operate. And those roles are a variety of different positions within the golf industry. We have golf head professionals, golf instructors, golf course maintenance, food and beverage, sales, marketing, admin, general manager roles that are focused at the club. And we have about 1,200 employees that we hire in those roles. Those are located throughout the country. At our headquarters, we are located in Ponte Vedra, which is just outside of Jacksonville, Florida. We have an office that we just opened 4 years ago, a beautiful 190,000 square foot building. And just a few months ago, we opened a sister building for our studios department. At headquarters, we have some of the traditional roles that Sandy talked about, that Kendall talked about earlier. Some roles you will need golf knowledge, but that is very limited. For example, rules officials, individuals who are the referees for the sport of golf. Needing golf knowledge would be key for those roles. But a variety of roles don't need that. We have roles in marketing, sales, HR, finance, legal, advertising, IT, facilities, across that board. I mentioned our PGA Tour studios. There's a lot of creative roles that are in there in graphic design, video editors, producers, directors, TV hosts. So it's across the board of what we're offering there. The majority of our roles were located in Ponte Vedra at our global home and at our studios. And the average tenure of our employees is over 9 years. So people do find a home and stay here. And as Sandy said, not everyone has to be a golfer. I used to joke and say when I started, I was able to play one of our courses, TPC Sawgrass, and someone asked what I shot, and I said a 70. For those who don't understand the sport, 72 is par, is average. So I was proud that I shot a 70, but I only shot that on the front nine. So I did not make it to the back nine. So meaning I wasn't a good golfer when I started. To this day, I'm still not a good golfer, but I still love it. But I'm good at what I do. We hire people who are good and passionate at what they do. So we hire interns at the entry level all the way to our C-suite level people. Our internship program, we open our application in October. We start making notifications in January. And we take 15 interns throughout the summer, June and July. Those interns are exposed to a variety of different businesses and teaching them about the sport of golf and teaching them about business in sports. And that's one of the most exciting opportunities we have is you may not be a golfer. You may say, I want to get involved in sports. But if you look at the PGA Tour, if you look at Troon, if you look at the PGA of America, the USGA, I can go through all our partners. There are going to be similar opportunities that you may not have thought of that can lead to a wonderful career in golf as you move forward. So Kendall used the phrase a call to action. That's what we're here to talk about today. That's what we're hopeful that you online will be able to go back to make golf your career, to look at our career portal, to register yourself if you don't have a profile yet, and start looking at all the different opportunities that are out there. I'm going to turn it over to Brittany Wynn now, who's at the World Golf Foundation, because I believe we're going to go to questions.
We are, and I invite all of our panelists to come back on camera, please. We did have a few questions that were pre-submitted. And then, of course, if you do have questions, go ahead and throw those in the chat and we'll get to as many as we can today. All right, so our first question is for Kendall. So the question is, with Troon being a global brand, how many of the roles require multilingual skills?
It's a very good question. And I would definitely say that the more language you can speak is definitely a benefit. But the vast majority of our international roles do not require that you speak a different language. Obviously, the more language you can speak, the better. So just like the world itself, it'll bode well for you, but it's definitely not a barrier to entry.
Perfect. Okay, another question. This one might be for Neera. Can I apply for jobs directly in the Make Golf Your Career portal?
Yes, absolutely. You should go to there. If you find a job that you are interested in and want to apply for, you can click on it. It may direct you to the company website for final application submission, but that is a great starting point, and we really encourage and welcome people to start their journey there.
Awesome. This next question would love for everyone to answer if possible, but if you could talk a little bit about your workplace policies, like remote work, hybrid, or full-time in the office.
Brittany, I'm happy to kick that one off. At the PGA of America, we have a hybrid workplace policy. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are our required in-office days. Unless you're traveling on business, we require you to be in the office those 2 full days, and then pick an additional third day during the week of your choice to be in the office. So we're 3 days in office, 2 days working remotely, with the exception of, I mentioned earlier, we've got about a third of our workforce that works permanently in the field, servicing our PGA of America members. So they're on the road, if you will, on the daily, calling on PGA members at various golf facilities around the country. So the hybrid policy doesn't apply to those folks.
Very similar at the PGA Tour to what Sandy spoke about. We have roles that are strictly remotely based, so you can live anywhere, and you take care of our events. Our global home, our headquarters office, is a traditional Monday through Friday. However, our tournaments are Thursday through Sunday. So depending on the role, the hours may differ based on that. I would say a good amount of our employees do that 3-2 that Sandy inferred earlier, about 3 days in the office, 2 out. But it just depends on what your role is. There are some that may have to be here more. And again, it's personal choice of what's available to you.
And I would say in our company, we are all over the board. So if, for example, you work at one of our facilities, you're going to be at the facility. If you're actually working at a property, if you work within one of our corporate offices, then it's going to be more like how Sandy and Jim were talking about with Monday through Friday. And also we have a lot of people that are in the field overseeing different operations. So we'll have like a regional manager, which will oversee 5 or 6 properties. So they're going to be bouncing around between their properties, or you may or have a regional agronomist or that kind of stuff, to where they're going to be moving around. And if you're international, you're bouncing around too between the different countries. So I will say that if you're not looking for a traditional office space, a traditional office job, we definitely have those that are non-traditional. We have the traditional ones as well. So
How about the Abu Dhabi job? Is that one traditional?
that would be non-traditional, but a ton of fun.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, you name it. We have plenty of them.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Those are all the questions we've received. So at this point, we'll turn it back over to Sandy to give a few final reminders. I do see there is a hand up in the chat, given that this is a webinar. If you don't mind just dropping your question in the chat, and then we will try to answer it.
Brittany, do you want me to sit tight for that question, or should I go ahead?
Let's go ahead. If you want to go ahead and give a couple of the reminders, and then we'll see if one comes through.
Yeah, well, I so appreciate everyone joining us today. This is our first Make Off Your Career webinar, and we hope to continue to build out this series and bring more of these to you and your colleagues and family and friends. If you have questions that you think of later or didn't put in the chat today, feel free to reach out to any of us through LinkedIn and send us a message through LinkedIn. We would be happy to answer the questions as best we can through LinkedIn messaging. So don't hesitate to do that. But to just reinforce what's been shared over the last 30 minutes, we really encourage you to engage at makeoffyourcareer.org if you haven't already. Build your profile. If you want to upload your resume, please do. It's not required, but you can configure your alerts accordingly. And again, it's just this incredible place where the golf industry, the leading employers, have aggregated their jobs in one place because they want to make it easy for you to navigate the golf industry landscape, which can, as we know, be a bit of a daunting one. So really encourage you to go there. I believe there are approximately 800 jobs posted right now, and that changes on the daily. But if you set up your profile and configure your alerts, you'll get a daily feed into your email, which will show you the new opportunities that are available. You will get a survey after this event. There'll be one that pops right up at the end of the Zoom. or an identical survey will come to you through email. So if you could take a few minutes to please fill that out, it would really help us. We want your candid feedback. We want these webinars to be what you need and want them to be. So please let us know what we can do differently, do more of, do better, etc. And just really, we would hope and love if you consider making golf your career. It truly is a place for all, and we'd love to have you in this amazing industry. Thank you.